I've been waiting months to install this modification on my 2003 Saab 9-3, and that is an eCid 3. This product has a ton of cool features and is super easy to install, so we're going to go over that in today's video. Let's get started. When you purchase an eCid 3, and yes, this says 03 to 06, but there is an 07 and newer version available as well. I actually did a video on the older version of that, which I'll link in the top corner when I had my Turbo X. But when you purchase the 03 to 06 version, you'll get two pieces. You'll get the actual eCid, and then you'll also get an adapter harness. This newest version of the eCid 3 is incredibly useful in the fact that it not only has more features than before, but it also now only takes about 10 minutes to install, where previously on 03 to 06 cars, this would be about a 1 to 2 hour job. So I will link the user and install guides to this in the top of the description. If you're interested in ordering this product, you can buy it on Maptune's website. Links to all of these things will be in the description. So our first step is to remove the air vent. Now, due to previous modifications I've done on this car, I've had to modify the air vent so I don't have to take it out the traditional way, which is pushing down on all these little tabs to release them so you can pull it out. So my air vent, and I'd honestly kind of recommend everyone does this, just kind of pulls out. And that was done just by shaving down all of these tabs right here. So this now exposes our two ICM bolts. The ICM bolts are T25. The eCid 3, by the way, and quite frankly, a lot of these smaller products make great Christmas gifts. So if you're looking for something to tell your family or friends to get you for Christmas or for the holidays, send them this video, send them the links. You'll definitely enjoy it. With those bolts removed, we need to lift the ICM out of its housing. There's a little lip on the bottom. You just have to hook it over. And then there is a big plug in the back we need to disconnect. All right, now comes the fun part. So we have our ICM connector right here. You might notice, you want to be gentle with it of course, but there's our fiber optic wires and then our actual harness. So this is kind of a two-piece harness. So in order to get the eCid to work, we actually need to pull part of this harness apart. Now there is a little, kind of hard to see, but a little tab we need to pull up right on top of this harness, and then it'll slide out. I'm going to try to not get my hands in the way, but if I pull that up, our connector can slide right out. Now, based on the install guide, it recommends putting electrical tape around this just to be safe. So I'm going to do that. The harness is in really good shape, so I don't know if it's going to be 100% needed, but I'd rather just be safe than sorry. Zooming back out, we can analyze our adapter harness. So this male end is going to connect into our OEM connector, and you can see it then splits out into two pieces. So one of these pieces is going to go back into our original ICM connector, and the other piece is going to plug into the eCid 3. These are slightly different sizes. There's only one way that all of these can connect, so just be careful before you plug them all in. Make sure you don't do it wrong or use too much force. Good example of that, there's two pins on the one side. You need to make sure those line up properly. And there we go, that slides in just like butter. I'm gonna add some more electrical tape over these connectors right there, or exposed pins, I should say. As I'm doing that, I would like to tell you that if you're watching this video and you have a second generation eCid, for whatever year it may be, you can actually contact eCid if you want these new features that I'll be showing here later in the video. If you want to get that updated, you can either ship it to them or it can be done with a Maptuner X. So pretty cool. You can get all those updated features for your old version. Now, because I have a CarPlay head unit with a ton of stuff back here, you can check out what that's all about with the video in the top corner. I'm very limited on space as is behind my ICM, so I'm gonna have to get creative. Generally, you could probably just throw this back here and not have to worry about it too much, but I'm gonna have to get a little bit more creative with that. So looks like I have a good bit of room down over on that side though, so I will do that. And then this will just slide right in. So incredibly easy. It's amazing how well engineered this product is and how well made it is, how simple that is to install. Reconnect the ICM, and I'm going to plug in all my stuff I need to for the CarPlay unit, and we can power this thing on and see how it works. So I don't forget, I'll reattach the two ICM screws now. All right, ignition on. So if I press and hold the info button, screen goes black. Oh, look at that. There it is. Got the eSID 3 pulled up and functioning. Everything for the eSID is going to be controlled through these two buttons right here. There is an option to have the steering wheel buttons activated. However, I don't really see that being useful for my case, because some of these control the NG95 cluster. Video up here on how to install that if you're curious. And obviously the rest of them also control the radio. But if you hit the clear button here, you can see there's 5 different menus. This first one is powertrain, so this gives you a lot of engine and transmission data. Vehicle will give you a lot of other car-related data, not specifically the engine or the transmission. Diagnostics, this will let you read codes, clear codes, a lot of other, knock misfire counts, some other things like that. And then your settings. And then the first one is also your favorites. So you can actually select your favorites. I haven't selected any favorites, but this appears to be the default. It'll tell you your current torque you're making, your power, your air mass, etc. Before we take this thing for a drive, I do quickly want to remind everyone to check out this user guide if you're interested in purchasing this, to see how many actual features there are. I mean, this thing is 71 pages, and I could spend an hour going through every single one of these. But let's get this thing on the road, and I'll tell you guys some of my favorite features so far. One thing you might be curious about is when I have my eSID up, what happens to the information that's normally on the eSID display? Well, if you look on the bottom, there's actually all that information still displayed in very small text. So you can see the temperature, the radio station you're on, or the radio input you're on, and some other information. Oddly enough, and you'll see this as I go through the radio, it's about, or the eSID, it's about 68 degrees out. My ambient temperature sensor doesn't work at all, and for some reason the eSID says it's 68 degrees out, which is not correct. So that's on my list of things to fix. Let's talk my favorite features. I think my favorite feature of them all is the greeting message, because it's just so cool. You get in the car and you're immediately welcomed by a cool message on the SID up there. Again, that's customizable. There's some instructions in that user guide on how to customize it if you want to. Maybe I'll do that for mine. If anyone has any ideas, let me know down below in the comments for what I could put. One of my other favorite features, and if you have a modern car besides a Saab, you can probably appreciate this, but most modern cars have what's called 3-blink. So if I tap left here, this is perfect for changing lanes, so that way you don't have to hold down on the stock. You can just tap it, and depending on the setting, I believe it blinks either 3 or 5 times. Another super cool feature is this. You can actually time your 0 to 60 or your 5 to 60 mile an hour using this tool, using the car instead of, a Dragy or some other third-party device. And then on top of that, and as I'm coming up to a light here, I want to switch to it, there's actually a braking option as well. So if I start to slow down, this doesn't have much practical use for driving like this, but it'll tell you how long you braked for, the distance you covered when you braked, and the speeds that you went to. So look at that. I went from 39 to 0 miles an hour there in 13 seconds, and it took me 414 feet to do it. Really goofy, but really cool, I think. The fuel level option right here is also one of my favorites. This, especially when you're on a road trip, because obviously the gauge is helpful, but this, when you're on a road trip, can really kind of help you determine how much range you really have, if you're kind of nerdy and weird like I am in that sense. I really like the air intake option as well, coolant temp, all these temperatures, readings that you don't normally get, I think are extremely useful, and probably the settings that I'll have up most of the time while I'm driving. Those are some of my favorite features of the eSID. Again, there's countless things that I could go through in this video, but I'll leave that all for you to discover. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Again, I'll link eSID's guides and where to order it down below in the description box. If you have an older version of the eSID, you can contact him about getting that updated for these new features. That's all for today though. I'll see you in the next one.